Welcome to the loop.
Hey, you came to the right place tonight. You waltzed in the door. You crossed our threshold. You love us more. You want us to eat mold.
Mold.
Cheese?
It's blue cheese salad dressing
That's not my preferred cheese.
on a lonely winter night.
I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't know where he was going either, but he
had to
took
take
a
a sip of
coffee.
Welcome to The Loop. It's a talk show about video games. And that was an original song by me.
Yes, it was.
I would like to
welcome
say
the chat.
my name is Eric, and I'm
Craforzi.
also joined by the Kyle. That's his name.
That's my name.
And
It's been my name for a while.
the Jeremy is here.
That's
and the
me.
Trevor transgender rights fighter Trevor's here.
Death to all communists. Wait, what?
You know,
I don't know.
and twisting
half the country
twisting
now.
the nips. We got Kuipers.
What up?
Yeah, that's true. Anyways,
I was quoting something.
Crazy Legs just came in here hot with a Redeem Kuipers
He
dance.
didn't do it right, though.
Oh,
Say
he
that
failed
again.
Firing
Yeah.
from the hip.
He's been gone for so long, he failed.
Yeah, firing from the hip and missing.
Came in hot.
He says it's his second favorite internet program, The Poop.
It is the poop, where we talk about poop for the entire. No, that was last Tubcast. We talked a lot about that.
So is your first favorite internet program the Tubcast? I'm gonna assume that's what
Yeah.
he means by this being his second favorite.
That's what he means.
He says he doesn't think he has enough tub
Yeah,
bucks.
crazy.
Yeah.
You need to watch the show more so you get your tub bucks stored back up.
That would help.
How do you not have enough tub bucks?
You need to get another tattoo, this time on your face.
Yes.
100,000 tub bucks.
Wait, hang on.
Wait, what did we give him for the other
Gave him
tattoo?
10,000.
I don't know.
Wow, that seems like not enough in
a
hindsight.
face tattoo. That's like 1 million tub bucks.
The fact that he marked his body for 10,000 tub bucks. Now, just looking back on it almost a year later, oh, as many tub bucks have been won in gambling.
Yeah, it's rough, isn't it?
You're a good soul there, Crazy Legs.
The tub buck value has inflated.
It's our own cryptocurrency, okay?
We
It
do
makes
have a
sense.
redemption from Jolliver for a Kuiper's dance.
Oh, good. Make it
nice of
girly.
him.
Something entertaining for small infant-like people. Make it girly.
Okay,
All right.
I got it. Hold on just a second. Get ready, Kuipers.
Are you sure you want this, Jolliver? Just saying.
As girly as it gets, Kuipers. Oops, I unplugged that too soon.
You jerk.
I know. It's what I do.
Uh-huh. You better make it girly for the viewers. Okay, yes.
Oh, that's what he meant.
I don't know if that's what he meant, but that's what he's going to get. I don't know if that's what he meant.
You know,
No, I think that's what Kuiper's meant.
this will
Oh,
make
that
sense
signal.
in a minute, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised you're not more lopsided.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, well, this way. Hold on. You wait for the music. You don't get so excited,
Yeah.
Kuipers.
It's just more realistic that way.
Just give it a little time to warm up, okay? Okay, just give...
Come home in the morning by my mother says when you're gonna live your life right. I'm with a dear and not the fortunate ones. And girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. Phone rings. Please take a beautiful girl and hide her away. Oh. I'm on this one. I'm on this one. That was good talent.
Underwire.
Crazy Legs says swing low, sweet chariot. Jolliver says so. Kuiper's flash is apparently redeemable.
Yeah, that's what happened. I think I missed it.
I think his bosom started sagging
Yeah.
to about the belly level. They were real low.
Oh wow. Thank you, Cyndi Lauper, for appearing as our special musical
Friend of the
guest
show.
tonight. Yes, friend of the show, Cyndi Lauper. Oh, well, what a way to, that's just a high energy way to start the evening, I gotta say.
Yeah,
There
I
isn't
mean-
a much better way than to make the
Well,
intern
that was a good
dance.
show, guys.
Like, I think we could stop it now.
Yeah, that was a good show.
And it would be just as good as anything. Thank you, Kuiper's twin sister. That's right. Starring in the soon movie about twin siblings.
Yeah.
Kuipers.
It's Natalie
Kuipers.
Kuipers.
It's Kuipers playing both roles as himself
Natalie Kuipers?
and his
Instead
sister.
of
Yeah.
Nathan Kuipers.
Yeah, Natalie
Oh,
Kuipers.
It's never been done before, except for in that one really bad Adam Sandler movie. What was that called?
Well, and
Jill and Jack and Jill. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wait.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Never mind. I was thinking of a different. Never mind.
Cool.
Anyhow,
You were thinking of what, Trevor? I was just
I was-
leaving room for you to talk. You say
Yeah.
we don't give
No.
you space. I took a drink of coffee so you could finish telling us what you were thinking
Where were
of.
you going with that?
I was thinking of a single actor having played both twins, but not both
Oh,
sides.
our
Or not
twins playing a
male and
single
female.
character, like
So,
Yeah.
like the
Mary
Full
Kate.
House,
Yeah.
And Ashley.
And then the secret, what was it, the sweet
Three
life,
names,
the
though,
sweet,
because one of them has two
sweet
names.
life with Zach and
Cody.
I don't know, Cody. Is that
They
it?
were
was-
both.
that was-
they
that
were
was
two
twins.
characters. Yeah. They were-
Well, yeah, but then they were twins in a different. They were a single character when they were babies, though, or like kids.
Were they?
Yeah,
Yes,
I can't
they
remember
were,
what show that
they
was.
were on Friends.
Friends.
They were,
Couldn't remember.
yeah.
I'm glad.
They weren't friends?
Yeah, they were,
They were babies.
What, David Schwimmer's kid?
They were his David Swimmers.
Yeah, they were David
All right.
Schwimmer's Swimmers.
Okay. That's good. to
I
know.
can't remember his name. I'm going to probably get yelled at by all the Friends fans that listen to our show.
Well, if you're a Friends fan, stop listening to the show. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. It's a joke. Friends sucks though. Yeah, it's probably the worst, TV show in syndicated history. I mean,
What?
yeah, Friends. Ooh. Name a worse one.
It's
Two
not
Broke Girls.
great, but
Oh, is it in syndication?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's in syndication.
Okay, yep, Trevor wins. Never mind. I already thought of one too that's worse than Friends. That other Big Bang Theory. Oh my gosh.
oh, that's bad.
That show is terrible.
I
And
like
Young
that
Sheldon?
show, so.
I feel like
That's not in syndication. yet.
anybody that's had to deal with like that persona, I don't know, that like trope put on them, that like idea of a nerd put on them and then have to deal with it, like does not enjoy that show. But anybody that wants to identify as as that type of nerd
Yeah, but
loves the show.
But they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it's just like, I just
Well, that's not wrong. That's not right.
it's
I like the show.
It's true, though.
Well, that's because you want to be
nope,
Sheldon.
It's still true.
You
Yeah.
watch it so you
Yes,
could be.
I do want to be. I do want to
Still
be
true.
socially inept, or more so than I
You
am.
want to be lauded as a grand social inept person, as Sheldon. It's Eric's bad psychology here.
Crazy says 2.5 Men.
Oh, that show is
Oh,
also
that is-
terrible.
that is very
Yeah.
bad.
Wow.
That's really bad.
That show is really terrible.
bad.
Man, never mind. I take everything back. Friends might be the greatest show ever to air on TV.
Well, let's not go
Okay,
there.
I'm just saying. Top 10 shows of all time.
What about top 10 shows of the
What
90s?
about
Of the
Seinfeld?
90s? Well, Seinfeld would fit into that. as
Seinfeld's
well.
good.
Yeah,
I like Seinfeld.
I
Cheers.
liked Frasier.
Frasier was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows your name.
I didn't really watch
I never watched
Frasier very much.
Oh, Frasier's so good. I love
mean,
Frasier.
Frasier's real good.
Yeah, I guess he's okay. I liked him on Cheers because I could only tolerate that smug jerk for little bits at a time.
I liked Frasier because it kind of is mostly making fun of him being a smug.
Yeah,
jerk.
that's true.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
But I
Absolutely.
feel like they,
But his
from what I
brothers are
have
more of a
seen,
smug jerk.
they toned down his smugness because he has to carry carry the show.
He has to be somewhat
So
likable.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I got trapped.
You got trapped. Crazy Leg says Hogan's Heroes is the best sitcom of all time.
Hogan's
that
Heroes.
is pretty close.
Gilligan's
to the top.
Island. I love Gilligan's
Hogan's
Island.
is better.
Dang it. I have to name one more, though. It's
Bewitched is
No.
Trevor's favorite
What
show.
if some of those syndicated shows became video games
Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, that's pretty good.
where you could play in the world of that show?
It'd just be like a Nick at Night game,
Yeah.
and then you just play
Yes,
through
you
all.
just-
Each level is one of those sitcoms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've made
And there's going to be
Gilligan's Island.
trivia pieces in it where you have to know
Yeah,
things.
and some games are maybe it's like a different game every time. Like sometimes it's trivia, sometimes it's platforming,
Yeah.
sometimes it's a first-person shooter.
Yeah, depending on the game.
Yeah, depending on
right?
the TV show. Yeah,
TV show.
that you're
Hogan's
going-
Heroes.
Like Miami
definitely.
Vice, obviously, that's a shooter.
Maybe, or maybe it's like a weird like.
What about Baywatch? That's you're
That's like a
saving
weird-
NPCs.
Yeah, maybe you
Baywatch,
just.
Yeah.
It'd be like Dead or
you press
Alive.
X
I
to
don't know.
slow down time. Is that?
I think you'd just be like in a supermarket, like checking the ripeness of produce.
I feel like there's a game for that.
It's called
like
Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja, the Baywatch simulator.
Yeah.
There you go. I like it.
Oh man, Knight Rider. There you go. There's a good one. MacGyver.
The A-Team.
MacGyver's
MacGyver
really
and the
good.
A-Team?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But
See, now we're into
but
80s,
the original
though.
MacGyver,
Yeah.
not the new one, right?
I mean, MacGruber's
yeah.
pretty good too.
MacGruber.
Maybe,
MacGruber's
but-
great. We should just watch MacGruber right now.
Can we do that?
Can we
I
stop
haven't
the
watched
show?
that in a
I really
while.
want to watch MacGruber.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
That's a good one.
I've seen parts of it.
Welcome to the Loop. It's a talk show about video
Talking about
games.
TV shows.
Have you noticed? Hey, we were
like-
talking about a potential video
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
No,
Jeremy
we-
was
we-
trying to steer us back.
We
but-
functioned a little bit in there, but then we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we're professionals. We just want you to feel at home here. We want you to kind
Yeah.
of be sitting on the couch, grab yourself a beverage and, just
Talk about the stuff that we wanna
We're
talk
just
about.
talking. That's all that happens.
I mean, you can be in your mom's basement
Yeah.
in front of your computer too. That's
in
cool.
Minnesota. That's what we're doing, right?
wherever you may be.
Cold like Minnesota. It's cold like Minnesota.
It is actually cold like Minnesota.
It is cold
outside.
there.
Very
Yeah,
cold.
it's very
It's like-
cold. Now the show's devolved into weather conversation. It's like when you call your grandparents.
No, I was just reminded because Jeremy started singing and it's cold
okay.
outside.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Sucks.
Crazy Like says, I'll pay any amount of Patreon dollars to see Kuipers in one of those Pam Anderson bathing suits.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Show us the money.
Yeah, we'll show you the Kuipers.
We'll show you the Kuipers.
Both of them.
Oh yeah. But if you're not sure how much to give, just keep giving until it shows up.
That's true.
Yeah.
Once you hit the right level,
It'll,
gotta
it'll
find
be automatic
Jeremy's-
as soon
Jeremy's
as you find
secret
the
level.
secret
we're like a
level.
bad televangelist. Once you pay us enough,
Yeah.
it'll return to you
You'll get
70 times
100-fold.
7. By that, I mean we'll take whatever 70 times 7 is, that amount of photos and Kuipers in a bathing suit and send it to you.
Yeah.
That's a lot of photos.
Are you ready for that, Kuipers?
I think so.
You're
Great.
going to need to invest in a few different swimsuits.
Oh, wait, I have to pay for them?
Go. Yeah,
Well,
probably.
yeah.
It's kind of part of the
I
deal.
mean,
Just
you're
go
wearing
to-
them.
You're an intern.
kind of
you
money
pay
do you
for
think
your
we
own
make, huh?
clothing.
Well, I mean, I thought someone with a wife could actually do the shopping, so it's not as creepy.
No,
Like,
no, that's part of the
I mean,
fun.
you-
Buy 'em, yeah.
No, I'm
no,
sorry.
okay.
That's more creepy
That's part
having
of the-
one of our wives buy you women's clothing.
Yeah, that's pretty.
You also
That's real
Yeah.
creepy.
when you're
Fair.
buying it, you also have to speak like this and go every time you do something.
in self-document, that'll be some of the photos as you like shopping.
So via Rio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Film?
Go to flickr.com/kibblesnibbles. And
say Kibbles Nibbles?
I did.
Yeah.
N-I-B-B.
Yes. What else
Okay.
would I say?
Isn't there
I wanted to make
76
sure.
at the end?
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I think.
I don't know. No, it's Kibbles Nibbles 70x70.
70x7.
No, like I said, this is a talk show about video games, so let's
Yes.
talk a little bit about video
talk 'em.
games. I mean, before the entire hour just escapes us without any video game discussion, that would be tragic.
It'd be the worst thing to ever happen in
Be
the
like
whole
Thursday
world.
nights.
Yeah.
That actually, yeah, it'd be like a Tubcast.
Crazy Legs' #1 favorite, internet show. So we can't do this show without talking about Far Cry 5.
Right.
I feel like that's a game we've all been playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
That we've kind of moved on a little bit from Sea of Thieves into Far Cry 5. You know, it's an
Life cycle.
Ubisoft open world game.
It's Far Cry.
And it's
for
a
sure.
Far Cry game for sure. That's true. So, would anybody like to share?
I'm gonna start off by saying I like it more than Primal.
Okay, well that's not
That's-
hard to do.
Yeah.
Primal was kind of weak.
Primal was a.
It was a
I
good
still
game,
thought
but it
Primal was a great game,
but it was different.
different.
Yeah.
It felt like DLC kind of in a weird
Yeah.
way.
Even though it still was full length.
Yeah, it was.
like.
I mean, yeah,
I got more than DLC worth out of it.
yeah.
I will say this game is large.
The map, the area that you
The
play is very.
amount, yeah,
Well-
not just the area, but the amount of side missions that sometimes just feel like they're not a side mission because they're the way that the interaction with different missions happens so organically. You could get 4 or 5 side missions deep just because you helped somebody, you talked to somebody next to them, that sent you down a path to go look for somebody's magazines, and then you went and found a bobblehead or whatever, right? But I don't know, you can get lost also just shooting people and driving cars and flying planes.
Yeah.
So fishing,
You can
that
fish.
happens.
Yeah, Far Cry is now a Japanese RPG. It's
That's the one thing from Sea of Thieves I think is missing.
yeah, fishing. Well,
Yeah.
do pirates fish really though? I don't know.
I mean, you got to eat.
I just you never see pirates fishing. I'm sure they do,
Yeah.
but it's not like a thing they're like, one-eyed Jack, the greatest fisherman in the 7 seas.
Anyway, sorry.
No, but I think so. I want to hit on a couple of bullet points, and I'll speak my piece, and then you guys can fight me. But I think that I think there's a couple of the cool things about this game. First of all, I'm gonna get out of the way. The story is awful. It is awful. Once the first
It's out there,
the
too.
beginning of the story feels promising. I'm like, oh, this could be pretty good, and then it just turns into these terrible,
crazy nosedive.
diatribes. Just these people just talking to your face. Just these weird monologues of dudes rambling about nonsense, incoherent nonsense.
I do feel like it fits the Far Cry feel though.
Not
because of
weird.
because of where it is. I think it feels like
how though. None of it. I don't know if you're far enough in the game, Kyle.
I've come across
'Cause these-
loads of things that I'm just like, this is so stupid, ridiculous.
I'm talking
And
about like the actual story cutscenes, like where it's just the dude that just sits in front of you
Right.
and just talks to you about absolutely nothing.
the main guy's son.
Well,
That's one of them who, decides that he's going to still try and convince you because you're worthy of being converted, that he holds somebody else prisoner
okay.
and continues to taunt you with it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
early.
That's
Trust
But
me.
I
I'm
mean,
just,
it's like, come on, you would have killed her or whatever at that point.
Yeah.
It's silly.
But I mean, just every time it cuts to one of those scenes, there's no way that I feel invested in this story. Like it doesn't even I feel like it's a missed opportunity to at least have. I'm not even complaining about it not being what everybody wanted to be, like some Trump hit piece or something. I just want it to actually have something,
Coherence?
like
Yeah.
something that's interesting, and it's just not there. Maybe it's because like the guy, the main pastor dude, the main preacher, cult leader guy is just not that charismatic. Like I feel like the last two, like Far Cry 3 and 4, those guys were sometimes annoying, but at least their characters were had more charisma.
Sure.
Where this guy just like he kind of talks slow and soft, and then just talks about you broke one of the seals, and now you just gotta be good,
Yeah.
and you gotta see the light, and the seal got broke, and you're all gonna burn, and the seal got broke, and did you know that you broke the seal? Shut up, dude! Like,
Well, I mean,
please.
If nothing else, it gives you more reason to want to take
Press
him out,
B
right?
and skip it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten so bored with so many, and the cutscenes are so long, and it's just like, I don't want to cut.
How about the
skip
forced
this, but-
cutscenes?
That's what upsets Jeremy the most, which
Oh
I
my
think is so
goodness.
funny because
It irritates me so
I don't know
much.
why that bothers you. I guess I
told you
do.
about
It's
this.
Jeremy, but that's why it bothers you.
It's an open world. Don't force me into a cutscene if I'm flying an airplane across the map. Don't act like you caught me in the woods
They caught you. They drugged you.
and drug me. Yeah, exactly. But I was flying a plane, and all of a sudden, boom, cutscene. I'm being dragged through the woods after being drugged. What in the world?
The guys that like capture you mean?
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, yeah, I hate that
Or
because it's like
it just disappears from whatever you were doing. It doesn't matter. You're now here doing this.
I got hit by him the first time and I was like I did terribly, so I was just like, oh man, maybe and then the next time I was just like, okay, I'm ready for this. I'm gonna try and kill him.
Oh yeah,
And
you
then
can't
I
beat
just
him.
died. I was like, what the heck? This is stupid.
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
like,
matter.
It's like
You
they
just
thought.
die.
What it was? I think it was 4 where you get captured, and there's that like kind of meaningful moment in the game where you lose everything, and it's like someone. Ubisoft was just like, that was really cool. We should
didn't
do
do
it.
that.
We should do it like I don't know, 12 times in this game. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
And then you have that like
there-
really slow. Oh, this looks like a cutscene, but I have to actually move my character really, really slow towards the light. And now the cutscene's over. That meant nothing.
yeah.
The capture thing I might have been more okay with, but if like you could escape it and then they would like send more to where you could like eventually they would capture you, but like you could resist it actually, not just you got shot once by a guy that shot you from a mile away.
It's a bliss bullet, Trevor.
You're dead.
It's a bliss bullet. That's
I
why
know,
they
it's
got you.
dumb.
They dipped them in
Oh
the
my
bliss.
yeah.
Some of
Yeah,
that.
I mean they don't
stuff.
make you bleed out; they make you hallucinate. Really? I mean, you got
So
shot.
there's a
by
lot of like drug stuff, a lot of
Yeah.
like, and that's always my
There's
least
oregano.
favorite part of the Far Cry games.
I
is
hated
like
that.
the drug, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's so heavily pushed in this game
Yeah.
this time around.
Has anyone done the alien side mission?
Where you go to the
No, I
crop
haven't done
circles?
that one yet.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, and you pick up the different
You get,
orbs.
you get a cool weapon. I'm just gonna throw that one out there.
Yeah, it's
do?
in the shop. You can see it
Yeah.
before.
I don't think you can get it though.
No,
until,
but it says it unlocked,
Yeah.
but it shows you what it is.
it's pretty
But it's
sweet.
still cost.
no. You get it.
Then I should check that out because I
reward.
did those.
It's very
at least some of
satisfying
them.
using it sometimes
Okay.
because things like disintegrate.
The only other thing I wanted to say was that I mean, I think that they did a lot of things that are really smart. Like it's like it's weird how their teams must kind of work together because there's things they took from like the new Assassin's Creed that are definitely in this game. Like the way that it's kind of that Zelda Breath of the Wild thing where you see something in the distance and that guides you to what your next thing is. Like you kind of want to go seek that out, like, oh, what is that thing, and then it kind of leads to something else, and then you run into something in the environment, like another NPC or something that gives you a quest or side mission or a prepper stash, or you run across the coal outpost, so it's like this natural progression that they give you, that it's not this, okay, climb a tower and we're going to just give you go look at your mini
Right.
map and then we're just going to barf all these icons all over your map. It's like it's so much smarter. It's such a better
I do
way
like
of
how the map
rolling out.
only opens as you traverse it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't do it if you fly too high above the ground. If you're
You've
flying
got to be
through
close if you're
Yeah.
flying.
You have to be on the ground. Yeah, exactly, or
Yeah.
close to the ground.
Right.
So I like that too.
But that stuff's cool. I don't mind the way they changed some of the upgrade stuff. I mean, it could before it was a little overkill, I think, because it's like, okay, I've got this weapons pouch and you can upgrade it like 3 times. Or this way, it's kind of like, okay, upgrade each type of weapon, like
Yeah.
an ammo pouch once, and it makes it kind of simple.
Yeah.
Overall, but I mean, it's just a fun game to play. I think that's what such a big part of it is just anyways, that's kind of my 10 cents, but I really care less
I
about
mean,
the
I
story.
feel like it's a great game, and I feel like there's enough story that sets up the ridiculousness that you're doing, and that's all that it needs to be.
But I feel like that's the biggest weakness is it doesn't match. Like the stuff I'm doing is so stupid that it doesn't even match
Well,
this
right.
super serious
But-
like cult story they're trying to tell. And then I'm just out there like with my pet bear cheeseburger and we're just having a good old time, just like doing things, having a buddy. Like it's like some sort of weird Burt Reynolds film in my head where these cultists are like trying to have a serious moment. And I'm out there like, what cheeseburger? What kind of trouble are we going to get in today? I mean, so it doesn't match at all in my mind, but
Well, and I guess like the whole idea of all of these people that are just absolutely crazy in this area anyway To me, it feels like it fits well
But it's like
enough
crazy and a dark and sinister
for those
like,
people.
way.
But then you've got the guy that's trying not to get electrocuted that you save, and then he's gonna have you go and search for these alien orbs, and then you've got the guy that's trying to get you to go and fry up testicles for the Testy Festival.
Testy festy.
You better believe it.
That was a fun time.
I'm wandering around with wanted posters all over with me in a cutoff shirt that says Testy Festy and a Tennessee top hat. That to me is what this that's a perfect description of
So
how I
you
feel
fit-
about this game.
You fit directly into the persona of the other characters.
It's
in
a
the
trailer
game.
park boys simulator for Kyle.
I tell you what. The
makes
other
a lot
night,
of
I'm not even making this up. The other night, I was sitting there playing it, and I was drinking a PBR. It was like a complete mixture of everything. I was trying to do the whole Trevor thing, the full immersion, playing the character. I was trying to be that character.
I haven't even changed clothing from the stuff I got at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I put on a cowboy hat because I was like,
The cowboy hat
I
looked
need
pretty
to,
cool, I
yeah.
will say.
The only reason I changed was because I saw the Testy Festy shirt, and I was like, I need to be wearing that.
I do wish there was a way to go back and try to do some of the things that you only get a chance to do once.
Like hair?
Why? Just because of the drunk balloon shooting? That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Just curious what happens.
Yeah.
What? Nothing happens.
Oh, come on. Something
Hopefully
happens.
something happens.
If you get them all,
Absolutely. Something happens.
no.
Whatever. You didn't get
something
them all.
happens, yeah.
Yeah, nothing
You didn't
happened.
get 'em all.
I didn't want to brag in the text.
You didn't get them all.
Nothing happened.
You didn't get them all.
Got 'em all. Nothing
No, you
happened.
didn't.
He did say that he's pretty good at shooting down airplanes.
He's good at everything. That's
No,
true.
actually, I didn't get them all. I just wanted to annoy you. I don't know. I doubt it. Maybe an achievement. That's probably what it is, Jeremy. You probably get achievement,
See?
and you can only
and
get
it's
it
an
that
only
time.
one-time opportunity
That's it.
achievement.
You gotta
That's
delete your
terrible.
save and start all over just to get that achievement.
Well, I'm gonna have to do it just to get the 15-minute.
But if you're not familiar with what we're talking about in Far Cry 5, there's a moment where you have to collect, you have to kill some bulls, gather their testes.
Wow,
and
I
then-
got some videos I need to share of that
And
because
then
when
you-
the music comes on and
Yeah.
you're supposed to court these,
Which I can't believe there's a soundtrack for it, which is, was it playing Sexual Healing or something
Yeah.
like
something like that. Yeah.
And then you gotta go to the Testy Festy, and then at one point you're intoxicated and you gotta like shoot these balloons with a slingshot, and I think none of us managed to get them all.
I
on
got
one try.
very, very close, but I screwed
Oh,
up.
had 2 left.
Yeah, I think I had 2 left as well.
It took me
I
though
won't-
like the
that-
first 6 or 7 seconds to figure out what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I feel that song started playing when you go to the testicles, and like I started shooting them, and the music stopped. I felt like it was like what is wrong with you or something. I don't know. It felt really strange because it was like that moment where it does the record scratch. There's just like, why is this guy killing them? I don't know. It was weird.
I just love that there's like multiple different ways that you get them. They're like, first you gotta get them while they're doing it. Then you gotta burn one, and then you gotta
Run one over with a
run one
tractor.
over with a tractor.
Yeah.
What?
Like, really?
Yeah.
Isn't this supposed to be the chef's job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted you to
I
do
thought
it.
they were supposed to be intact when they got there, not shot up or burnt.
I don't know if I could find the testicles after I ran them with this tractor.
Yeah.
Right?
But I don't. It's weird to me, like looking at the mix of reviews of this game that are out there. It's just kind of all over the place. I think some people are like, it's just more Far Cry, so I'm not really into it. And then other people are like, oh, the story's bad. But I've read some reviews where they've actually kind of broken down the way they have kind of revamped some of the gameplay in a lot of like meaningful ways that I don't think people are actually kind of, I don't know. It is more Far Cry, so maybe that's why they're not as aware of it. But I don't know. It's a fun game to play. I think you could get fatigue with some of the stuff because it is pretty repetitive. But I mean, those challenges in there to get your upgrade points, like I don't know why I'm driven to do that, but I just
Oh, yeah.
I constantly want to hunt every animal. I want to skin. I want to kill everything. I want to like.
I take them one at a time. I'm like I think I told you when you came in, I was like, I need more Molotov cocktail kills. So I'm like just chucking fire at people because that's all I care about right now.
Well, that's like once it takes you a while to be able to purchase just the standard grenade launcher, and that's like get 10 grenade launcher kills is one of the achievements to get more upgrade perks. And I finally unlocked it. I got the grenade launcher. I killed 10 dudes with a grenade launcher. Went immediately back to the ammo place, exchanged it for my sidearm,
Yeah.
and was done with the grenade launcher because it sucks. And it's just like, but I just wanted to do it.
I do love the bow in that game.
The bow is the best. Yeah.
It
Has
took
anyone
me a
got
while.
the upgraded bow? I want to. but I haven't
yeah,
bought
I
it.
haven't
almost.
hardly used it at all.
I've unlocked it, but I didn't buy it.
I've been using it a lot because it's such a nice like multifaceted weapon. Just because you've got the silenced arrows, I mean not silenced but they're quiet, and then you got the grenade arrows to where you can just blow things
Explosive
up.
ones and
Yeah.
and the incendiary.
You
Oh,
can
those two,
shoot
yeah.
arrows with the slingshot too.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
haven't
funny.
used it yet.
Yeah, I haven't really used the slingshot much. I love the explosive arrows. That's like my favorite thing to get in these games because it's like the moment I can just blow things up with a bow and arrow and feel like Rambo and shoot a helicopter out of the sky with a bow is like the best moment. And I can't, as soon as I unlock it, that's the first thing I do. Got to find a helicopter. Just like,
And how many times do you take a helicopter just to get across the map, jump out of it to land?
I have done that a couple
Like,
times.
who cares?
done
Why
that.
land the helicopter?
Yeah.
Just jump out.
I land it because I'm not a savage.
I never landed it in any of the other games, so
Trevor
why
land. Well,
should I
there was
start?
never a
That's
helicopter in the other games.
There was a helicopter in 4.
Oh,
It
there
was
was
called
the weird little.
it was
little
a
little
gyrocopter.
gyrocopter.
Yeah, that
They
thing
have
was
real
terrible.
helicopters.
Actually, no,
now.
I take that back. I did land those mostly because that map was massive and it was annoying to cross.
yeah.
It's a mix for me. If I know I'm going around to several targets, I'll land them because I want to get
Oh,
in it
yeah,
and take it.
absolutely.
But
That depends,
if
yeah.
I'm going to like just a mission,
So-
I'll just like I don't care.
So there's some interesting pieces. So I went and did all the prepper stashes. Like I just spent a night doing
I was
Surprise.
going to talk about that.
Surprise!
and I really enjoyed finding them. But one of the things that was interesting was some of them that are in the mountain region specifically. I did it for a while. I had a helicopter, and I'd just go to one, fly over to another, and just keep my helicopter. But then there's a couple where you've got to use your grapple, and you've got to move, and you've got to like go through the trail and research different pieces, right, and find
Yeah.
different pieces. And one, either you can't land the helicopter anywhere near where you're at, or you try to and something happens, or you die, or right, you fall off the cliff or whatever, which happens quite easily in some of the spaces. It starts you back over at the beginning of the entire hunt. So you can't just, where the end is, but you can't go to it. You have
Yeah.
to go through the pieces. So you can't kind of like cheat the progress of it, which I kind of appreciated, I guess. So
The one thing I tweeted about this the other day, but I noticed the reason I thought of it was because I remember when Breath of the Wild came out, some people at Ubisoft were talking about how Nintendo just kind of ripped off a lot of Ubisoft like game mechanics for that game. I mean, argue whether they improved them or didn't, but they definitely did borrow some of those ideas from the Ubi games.
Sure.
But I love that like these prepper stashes, they feel like a nod to the shrines. Like I mean, the
Oh,
shrines were much
absolutely.
more like
Yeah.
puzzles, where these are still puzzly, but they're in a kind of a little different way, a more
some
like
of them
practical.
are really easy at the beginning.
Yeah.
But they get
Right.
a little more in
But
depth.
this is the thing I don't think people maybe I don't know. A lot of the reviews I read, I feel like they didn't really take this into account. But the way those are done, they're so smart. There's that one where it's an elevated building and you have to walk across almost like a dock bridge to get to it. And there's
That one took me
there-
probably the longest.
Oh, really? This one was simple, but I
'Cause
thought it was
didn't,
simple.
Well,
but
I didn't read.
Yeah, if you
I
read-
actually just clicked through it. You have to sometimes some of those you have to
have to
read
read
it.
them.
Well, but
Yeah.
here's
To know.
to my point is you don't, and that's what's so cool about these. I think because there's probably 5 different ways you could figure out what you had to do in that one mission. Because either you walk by and you see all the bullet holes around the window on the opposite side of that building, or you see the dude over there shooting at it, or you read the note, or
Or you
know,
happen to be over there fishing with the guy.
Are you talking about the
And
one that
you
was
see-
locked?
or you find a guy that tells you there's a stash there.
Yeah.
Like there's all these different ways to find out that's you. There's like usually 5 or 6 ways to stumble upon these
Correct. Some
these
you can just
stashes.
completely.
point, yeah.
There
It's
was
not-
one or two that I stumbled on that I had nothing telling me where it was at. I just literally found the trap door.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
it's so smart because you can get like your hand held to it, but you can also just randomly find them and you don't. That's the thing. Like I think of Sea of Thieves, you have to have the map to find the treasure. Like that's the only way it works. Where like the way they did this was so smart to just be like, you could stumble upon this thing and you can find it and you could like look and see, oh, this dude's shooting in there. Why is he doing that? Oh, he's trying to shoot the lock through the window. Or you could read the note and everything. But it's just the game is made, that stuff is really, really, really well done. And I think that's something that gets overlooked as these games become so prevalent and they come out so frequently.
Right. I did look, and it doesn't look like anything changed by shooting all of the balloons, and I couldn't find an achievement for it.
Boo.
Yeah,
So-
told you. That's okay though, Jeremy.
Actually, now I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't miss something.
Wait,
You're
what?
gonna be
Like,
mad if
you know, at
miss
first I
something.
was disappointed that I didn't get them all because I thought I missed something.
Yeah,
Now I'm disappointed knowing that I missed nothing.
yeah.
Anyway,
Suck.
It
You
must be
suck.
really
Now, kinda
hard to
like-
be Jeremy.
Yeah, it's rough.
that was a great opportunity for them to have.
They have other opportunities.
One thing I wanted to mention before we got too much further is new Spider-Man. It got announced today.
yeah.
The release date for that. This is the game by Insomniac. Yeah, they gave it a release date. It's coming out the 7th of September.
Yeah.
September 7th. Kuipers, do you have a trailer? Don't worry about making a full screen. That probably won't work. Just play it. Just people can watch it. Now,
Maybe.
Trevor, how many copies did you pre-order today when they announced it?
Spider-Man. I haven't yet because I was
Oh.
going to do it on my PlayStation.
Oh,
I want
okay.
the digital version, but
Wait,
I
you
did-
can't- You can do that from a computer.
Whoa.
I
There's
know
different
I
Spidey
I don't
suits.
necessarily do that.
Of course there is.
Oh,
Everything
how do you
has.
do it
Yeah.
then?
I just usually do it on the console.
Oh, is there a reason?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's
I gotta admit,
sometimes
this is
I
kinda
if
cool.
I do it, I sometimes will do it. I will occasionally do it on my phone app. I don't know. It's just kind of finicky though.
Oh.
So
I guess I use the web browser a lot for my PlayStation stuff. The only reason I do that is because it's super easy to get the free games on there. You just click add to basket, add to basket, add to basket, and then you go check out, and it's all
Oh,
done.
instead of it going back.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah, that
Through
makes sense.
The web browser, the store on store.playstation.com makes everything easier.
So there's secret suits that you don't know what they are yet.
yeah, if you get
I
the
like
DLC
pre-order.
pre-order bonuses, yeah.
I do kind of like that punk one. That
Oh,
punk
yeah,
one
with
looks
the-
really cool. With like
the-
the spikes in the hair
the
and
denim cut off
jacket.
I'll use
Yeah.
it for 2 seconds, and I'll be like, "This looks stupid."
Yeah.
no,
Because it's not as immersive, right?
No, it's not even that. It's just I don't know.
Hey, welcome
for me,
to the
visual,
chat, Tia.
Tia versus Gamey.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Like the look, especially in a third-person game, the look of the character is if it looks weird at all, it will drive me nuts, and I can't play like that. I don't know.
But yeah, that's exciting. I didn't know if we'd see this game this year, so that's
Yeah,
cool to see that
yeah.
it's coming out this year still.
What made you think that it wasn't going to? Because it's
Just
so
there
late
was-
in the year and
Well,
there still isn't hadn't been a
Not
release date.
necessarily, but there's just there. It seems like it's been. I mean, it has been announced 2 years ago. It was 2 E3s ago, so it makes sense.
It was
but
a while, yeah.
I just feel like I don't know. Games like that tend to get delayed and pushed back and whatever. The likelihood of anything that game, the big game that big, it seems like they
Sure.
very typically get pushed back. So, but really, they didn't even have an official release date for it.
No.
Trevor, you've been playing a little Burnout Paradise.
Yeah, I
understand.
did. I did actually start playing that, and at first
You play it originally?
No, I never played
Okay,
it
so this is
originally.
new to you.
Yeah, it's all brand new to me. I started playing it and was like, well, this is kind of a fun old game, I guess.
Fun old game.
Then I played it more and I was like, oh my gosh, this game is so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, how old is it? It's 10 years old,
Yeah,
right? The
that's
original
why
game?
it came out.
That's what makes it so impressive.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of funny because it's almost like I can kind of see like the influences of like old arcade racers in there, like even in the technology that's used. And it's like, but it's so much fun though. And it's just like, although I've been playing it, I've not been very healthy recently. And like my reactions have been really slowed. And so I keep wrecking all the time, but I still have just.
Then you just hit both bumpers. And you go into the wreck.
Oh, is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Crash mode.
Yeah.
It's crash
How do you
mode.
do that?
Jolliver was telling me the other day he hated seeing all of my my name plastered all over all
Well,
the streets.
Jolliver, you better look for mine because I very specifically captured a few roads that I saw you capture. So.
Nice. Nice. I love that you can just jump into that game.
It's one of those things that it's crazy that it holds up as well as it does. That's one thing that's impressive is it feels like it set the tone for a lot of modern like open world games. I think other than the lack of like fast travel, there isn't much I would change in that game. But even the way that they design the map to be, there's always like an event even where you end a race.
Yeah.
It's like that's kind of smart enough to where you don't need the fast travel, but sometimes I want to just
See,
redo.
I guess I'm glad. I would like the ability to redo something.
Yeah.
But in some ways, I think it made, because it was early in the open world kind of genre of that style game, right? I think it still made it feel like it was bigger. Mm-hmm. It felt bigger because you couldn't fast travel.
Well, and I think you can push up on the
I like
D-pad and do something like you can cancel out of a race, but I don't know if you
That's
can
correct. Oh, you
restart
can?
it.
You
Yeah,
can't.
That was going to be one of my complaints. Is
Yeah.
like I was like,
because like when you miss a turn or something, and you're just like,
I think you can restart if you're in a race.
oh, you can.
oh, okay.
I'll have to look now, but I thought as long as you haven't finished it, you could.
It's not super clear, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think the D-pad thing is.
I know you can cancel for sure.
The only thing I would change about it is I would love to have the street names on the map, because like every time I don't know, I feel like the navigation stuff works really well. It took me a while to kind of figure out because it's
the weird blinker stuff.
yeah, because it's like it kind of expects you to like kind of just relax and look for that, but I was just like, okay, where's my like mini-map navigation stuff and you know, my little thingies.
And you kind of want that like real world like arrows kind of pointing you a little bit. But I think what they want from you is to just like learn the map and learn the shortcuts.
That is
and then
definitely
you
what
start,
they want.
Yeah,
because I know when I got back into the game, I started realizing that I did have a good portion of the map still memorized from not touching it in almost 10 years. And when you start to know the map, you will not follow the blinkers.
Yeah. Well,
Because there are faster ways to get there.
typically what I've been doing is I'll start the race and then I'll just pause it and look at the map.
And look
I'll
at
be
the
like,
map.
Which
There you
way
go.
am I gonna go?
kind of plotted out the course. That's actually a good idea. I've never thought of doing that.
Drive through the park at an angle and always take the one road that's at 45 degrees between the top left and the bottom
that
right.
one's a good one. I
Every
use that
time,
one a lot,
always
yeah.
use that.
That's very handy.
Tia's asking how we're doing. Kyle in the chat replied with "Good. How are you?" And they say bleeding but good.
Is this like a
Do you need a medical?
monthly thing?
Jeremy,
Oh my gosh.
Jeremy. Gosh dang it! What is wrong with you?
He was
you
just
are
trying
a
to see if they
Neanderthal.
needed some
I
emergency
was
help.
Sorry, please excuse our Neanderthal here. Woman, man, you don't even know who Tia is. You don't know.
Yeah.
That's true.
How dare you assume
dare I
things?
assume.
I mean, it could be a dude that just
Hopefully-
like really stubbed their toe bad and are bleeding.
Hopefully you're safe.
If you need medical attention, please
Seek it.
seek it now.
Yes.
Ask if they have Wi-Fi once you get there.
So
So you can keep
Yes.
watching.
that was kind of your burnout experience then,
Yeah.
Trevor.
He's burnt out.
Oh no, it's so good. I really enjoy it. I hope to make another game like it eventually.
That's the
The
thing,
one-
though. They've made so many other Burnout games that aren't like it.
Yeah. And then one of the other things I would complain about is I hate the way most of the cars look, and I hate how it's like I had this like nice like sports car looking thing, and then there's this weird old hot rod thing from like the 50s, and it's way better than my like sports car. I'm just like, this makes no sense.
It
And
does.
it looks ridiculous.
That one's better. That's what makes sense. But you unlock. There's some cool cars you do unlock as you
Well,
progress through the game.
and
Have you found any of the off-map areas?
No, I don't think so. I feel like I am cheating a little bit though, because I've been using the Back to the Time Machine one because
the DeLorean.
Because it's fun.
It's just so cool, and because it's a little bit nicer too.
So,
but,
so the off-map areas, there is...
Well, maybe I want to find them.
Play
on my
the hot
own.
tips bumper.
Kuipers.
No, don't play it.
Yep.
We don't have it preset.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Dang it.
sorry.
Don't worry about it. I won't say what they
anyways.
are.
Yeah,
If
anyway, I
you
did-
if you ever want to play
Hot
online,
tips
let me
with
know.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play some online. That sounds
Yeah.
really fun.
Tia says, "I am a woman." He would be correct in assuming my gender. She didn't say that. I'm adding that. But it was a hangnail. So there you go.
Ooh, I hate hangnails. Well, and I did want to real quick. He asked this a long time ago. I think I just like Texas said, "Ask me what I mainly play games on," and honestly, it depends. Sometimes I get on my PC kick. Sometimes, like right now, I'm on my Xbox kick. And sometimes on a PlayStation kick, so even it just depends. Or Switch kick, I forgot.
Yeah, no Vita.
Yeah. Well, I haven't touched my Vita in a long time, so
It's always a kick with you.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends.
So do you ever get into your VR kick too?
I haven't been for a while, but I just picked up Skyrim VR because it just came out, and I'm going to play that. So
Cool.
yeah,
Have fun being eaten by dragons.
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
Do you get to see first-person view of the insides of their stomachs?
Probably it'll just look like a weird thing.
Tia says, "Y'all like ESO?
I tried it. I
Do
didn't
you
really
like
play
it though?"
I don't like MMOs.
Is that like
typically,
quinoa
so-
or?
Elder Scrolls Online?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like quinoa, Jeremy. It's exactly,
exactly like
quinoa.
quinoa.
It's very good. So we got a little bit of topic to discuss tonight. Specifically, we're discussing the Sea of Thieves community not being happy about the first pirate legend. This, I think the article we have in front of us comes from IGN.com, but it's been making the rounds on the internets and social
People
medias.
are thinking about it. Talking.
So I'll let you guys kind of fill me in. The synopsis of it, if I understand it right, this guy, his name is, what's his name? Prodigy X. He's a streamer on Twitch. He pretty much had his viewers get a bunch of loot and then let him hop into their party when they turned it in, so he could get all the points for it, which leveled him up to 50 and all of the.
He argues he only did that about 25% of the time.
Which, who cares? That was genius. And this game is about being a pirate, so that's awesome.
Yeah, when I first heard about this, I was kind of upset, and I was like, that's stupid, that's terrible, they should do something about it. And then as I got through the article, and then they said something about, well, maybe he actually did do the best he could because the game is about being a pirate, and that's kind of what he did. And I was like, oh,
and that's
duh,
the other thing, right? Like, it's about
He
being
was a pirate.
It's about trying to have, your name and lore, right? Where people see your name and fear because of you or whatever. And he's the Captain Jack, I guess, Captain Jack Sparrow. Everyone loves him. Everyone wants to have him have their gold, I guess. But
everyone hates him at the same time.
yeah, exactly. The one thing that I thought was interesting, there was another Twitch streamer that plays the game that was like that finished slightly after he did in getting the legendary status, but he didn't use any of his Twitch community to help him. He just straight played the game.
right.
And so what it was there's this kind of like Reddit wars, right, going back and forth between the fans of each of these games on who did it the right way and should he really get the credit for being first because some people argued he cheated.
He was a pirate.
But that's an interesting concept, though, having the Twitch community help you in a game. I think Twitch is having some games have interactive pieces brought into them to allow Twitch viewers to participate in maybe the direction of the game and things like that. This was kind of an organic way, I think, of doing that, and I think it was. I think we probably all agree that it was probably pretty ingenious that he did that in order to get there first. Is that an accurate statement?
I don't have a problem with it.
It's fine. I wouldn't call it ingenious, but
I think it's pretty smart. He's the first one to do it, so I mean, no one else thought of it. I didn't think of it.
I mean, if his community was behind him enough to say, "Hey, yeah, let's do it," and then we'll drop out one guy and then invite him when we're loaded up with gear.
Yeah.
Which was interesting too, because the only way to actually do it is to already have a crew with that number of players and have one leave. Because right now the mechanics for joining someone's existing game, you can't unless you already, like, let's say it was a team of 4 and you had someone drop. That's the only way to add an open slot. If you start with the galleon and you only start with 3 people, you cannot add a 4th at all. They say they're going to work on that and they're going to make the ability to jump in and out a lot easier. But it wasn't like there was an easy method to add him as a player either. So that I think made it even more unique that they came up with this method to have him do so well in the game, I guess.
Trevor, you sounded like you were hesitant and thinking that it was genius.
I'm not saying I'm against it. I don't know. It's a good idea. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it's like reverse, like stream sniping. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you were gonna say.
No, because a lot of streamers get upset when they, let's say PUBG or Fortnite or something like that, and someone's watching their stream and now knows where they're at in the game, and
So they jump in and
they
start
jump in
honking
and
horns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
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 But I don't know. I just they're basically taking that to the purposeful use of finding a way to benefit the streamer.
Right. Which I mean, I don't think there really is a problem with it. Like there shouldn't be.
I think it increased his community, right? Because they all felt like they helped. They may not have had their name become the first legendary pirate, but they're had
a part of it.
in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they all reap the benefits too. They still got the credit when they turn that stuff in.
Yeah.
So
And they got a famous streamer to stream himself
With them.
picking stuff up and turning it in for them.
yeah.
I mean, he didn't do any of the adventuring on those. He just literally was hired in to carry loot from the boat.
Yeah, he didn't
to
even have
the-
to do that. He
He's
just
their-
had to
he's
spawn
their,
into the game.
They're
Right, but
gopher.
I'm sure he helped them, right? Come on. He
Yeah.
wasn't just sitting in the bar getting drunk, although
Well, that actually would be even funnier. If all he did was spawn in and go to the bar and drink while
Give me a
people
drink.
cashed in loot, that would be
that
awesome.
would be the winning pirate right there.
Which I mean, I don't know what he did, but who knows? He probably didn't do much. I mean,
Yeah.
spawning in and let him get.
He
the treasure.
spawned in and gave them credit for helping him, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
It's kind of I've seen some people pretty upset about this, and I'm just thinking like, for one, there's no way to fix this. This isn't a thing that Rare could fix. So you're kind of wasting.
No, they're like
your
saying they
energy.
want Rare to say, you cheated, we're going to not make
Yeah,
you
they
the
want
first
them to
legendary.
take it.
That's what they want. And Rare basically said, so?
That's just so not a cheating thing. Like,
No, definitely not
The way
this
people,
type of
the
a
way
game.
people say, like, use the word cheating. It's like, does the game allow it? Like, then yeah, that's not. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
cheating
know.
is breaking the game.
He maybe found a way around it that people didn't think of, and that usually makes people upset. But he
Yeah.
used his notoriety to kind of scheme the system a little bit. So whatever. It's a pirate game.
It is.
Get off of your.
So
The
if
entirety.
anyone
I-
wants to help me get legendary,
Horse.
please invite me.
How close are you?
at
I was
any time.
curious. You like 25 in each of them yet?
No, 2019.
2020. That's a good year.
Yeah.
That's a good year. I've been there. It's far in the future.
I am not that
2020,
far.
19. It's about 20.
I have been getting a
20,000
little
years in the
more
future.
brave, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
in my collection of hoarding things on my boat before
before-
turning them in.
The only problem with that is like the time it takes to turn it in. Like, running
Yes.
back and forth is like, that's where I would be afraid I would get
Yeah.
robbed.
But now I have a red boat, so I feel like people are going to be afraid of me now.
I'm sure they will be.
No, I think that's
like
true
that,
because the first time I saw someone with a different color sails, I was like, "Oh, they've been playing the game a long time."
Yeah, and then mutiny.
I
I think
wanna
that
avoid
was
them.
wasn't that
We
the
were
time
together.
that we
yeah,
were.
and we rocked them. We destroyed them.
What? Oh.
So
Are you?
I'm
Was that
remembering
that
something
time?
else.
That
I
was the
think you're
time.
thinking a different time.
I remember the time we saw those dudes that were all leveled up, had the nice ship, and everybody's like, "Oh, we should just leave them alone." And then we killed them and took all their things.
I was pirating tonight a little, and I did attack a boat that was in port, and they had 3 people in their boat in a galleon, and I was on a sloop by myself. And they just recently did an update 2 days ago, where your spawn back after having your boat sunk is like 2/3 across the map now instead of like 2 islands away.
Oh wow!
Because there was a big community pushback about people griefing, whatever you want to call it.
Griefing,
Griefing.
Yeah.
griffing.
Because what would happen is you're trying
Mythical
to
creature.
do something, and they just keep coming back and attacking you, right? So they basically made it so that it's harder to do that. It takes longer to come back to the original place once you lost.
Oh,
And so
That's nice, yeah.
they had like a whole bunch of crates of animals just floating in the water after I sunk them. And so for me, and I'm like, boy, now I don't want to go hunt for treasure anymore. I just want to shoot other boats.
yeah, because they can't
So,
come back.
Yeah, exactly.
But I want to know if you are daring enough to do the what was that I saw on Twitter? The guy that said that he had 20 chests and a skull on a sloop by himself.
Earlier, let's see, last night, I had 9 skulls and like 6 or 7 chests, and one of them being the weeping chest. It's not what it's called. It's the chest of sorrows.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Which is one of the rarest chests in the game.
That's a
Is it
hard
really?
one too.
Yes.
'cause it keeps.
It starts crying
It
and
cries,
it floods
but
your boat.
it only cries for a certain period of time, and then it like stops.
But with a sloop, it's enough
And then
in
it-
one cry to fill your
yeah,
boat.
yeah.
So I didn't realize it at first. I put it on my boat, and I went to go get another chest that was on the island I was on, and I come back and my boat was almost completely sunk.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically threw it overboard and then bailed water like crazy. So then I had to basically plan it so that as soon as it stopped crying on shore, I put it on the boat, went as far as I could before having to bail water, and take that. So
Right.
that actually made it a little more interesting when you were playing solo to do that. But yeah, so I guess not 20 chests, but there was over 20 items that I had at one time. So I was a little scared that I was going to lose them all because of that chest of sorrow, but it was worth almost 2,000 gold. So
Whoa.
yeah.
Cool. All right, everybody, that about does it for us. But before we leave, I would be remiss to not thank those lovely Patreon peeps. These are the fine and dandy and handy individuals, who so lovingly give of their moolah to support us and keep us, our boat afloat. Not to use any pirate puns, but it is, it does prevent us from, bailing water. We like it. We like it when they
Yes.
send us their booty. But
Where
no,
we can jump in their game and cash out.
No,
No?
that's
I
not.
don't,
Nope.
I don't know if
That's
that
not where he
one-
was going
I
with
don't know
it.
if that works.
He-
But thank you for sailing the high seas with us by joining us at patreon.com/men in a tub.
Those
the
tub
wind
waters
in
can
our
get rough.
sails.
The names you see in Shining Patreon Coral are the ones at the co-producer level are higher. We are very grateful for them, but we're also grateful for the people that give us $1 or $5 or whatever
Yes.
you can afford. We very, very, very much appreciate it.
We do.
So
helps
please
us do stuff.
Please go to the website that I mentioned. That's patreon.com/Minitob and subscribe to us there. But I think that's it.
But
I think that does it for our show this
if
evening.
you've got anything that you want us to talk about on this show in
don't.
regards
We know
to
you
video
don't.
games, email us, call us,
Yeah.
message us on Instagram, on Facebook, on all
Annoy
the
us
places.
on Twitter.
Kuipers, throw that phone number up there.
Oh, what's up already?
Yeah,
You
he's
know
on top of
Kuipers.
things.
He knows
Gosh,
he's on top.
Kuipers.
You can call us at 475-TUB-CALL, or you can email us at the loop at minuteatub.com. That's
Yeah.
the loop at minuteatub.com.
If you've got a subject or something you want to talk about, game related,
Or just have questions
or
whatever.
questions, hot tips that you need from Jeremy to beat the,
I could
the
help
latest
you
game.
beat pretty much any game, even if I've never played it.
Yes. Ask Jeremy for all the hot tips on all the games that he hasn't played. I want to know what his answers are.
Yeah.
That might be a stretch, but I'm sure it's true. I don't know what else to say other than come back tomorrow night for the Tubcast. That's at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Every Wednesday and Thursday night, you can tune into Minute a Tub at twitch.tv/Minute a Tub, and we will be here with, probably not smiling faces, but at least like a cup half full attitude.
They could watch
maybe.
every single old episode on YouTube
catch up.
and never miss a moment of us until the next show.
Yes, just start watching now at youtube.com/minutub. Please subscribe. I think that does it for us. But until tomorrow, when we're here again to entertain you, we are slaves to you. We want to entertain you.
Weird.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have a safe word?
We're here. No,
No.
there is no safe word. We're just here for them. That's it.